Well, joining us to discuss is Curtis Ellis, the Senior Policy Advisor for America First Policies, and he was also a former Senior Policy Advisor to President Trump. Curtis, I'll start with just your overall thoughts here. Again, Joe Biden saying that Russia is the biggest threat and China is the biggest competitor.
I'm glad to see that Joe Biden hasn't broken his losing streak. He's been wrong on every single foreign policy issue in his entire career, and he has continued it yet again. Clearly, China is the biggest threat to our security, to our alliances as well. Unlike what Joe Biden said, China has effectively split Germany from our own supposed alliance with Germany. Germany is more concerned about its auto factories located next door to concentration camps in Western China than it is about values that it's supposed to have really signed on to after closing down its own concentration camps in 1945. So China has a very thoroughgoing plan to replace America as the global leader, both in our values, economically, and every other way. Russia, look, Russia, its economy depends on oil and gas. It happens to have nuclear weapons, but it is no threat to us economically. China has cornered the market in high tech and every other region.
So I'm just wondering, and I think a lot of people would too when they were watching that interview. Again, I think a lot of people realize that China is a huge threat to the United States of America. Why wouldn't he say that first? Is there something, again, that would keep him from doing so?
Yeah, he's stuck in his old ways of thinking. And also, look, I don't think we can ignore the fact that he and his family have been the targets of the Chinese influence operation. It is well documented from open sources inside China that the investment partnership his son Hunter Biden is part of is a state-run operation. It's being run directly out of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China by officials whose task is to buy influence of foreign officials. They do this all over the world. And unfortunately, so many of the American elites have been, I would say, victims of this, or now they're complicit, they're collaborators in this type. For 40 years, we've been told China is our friend, China is a trusted business partner, and China has been buying influence throughout Washington, D.C., and perpetrated this myth that it's a government just like any other government and a country just like any other country. It's not. It's a criminal cabal, the greatest human rights abuser in the world, the greatest threat to human values in the world today.
And those facts cannot be ignored. But I do want to jump ahead and move to these just historic and tremendous peace deals that have been accomplished by the president. We've learned that Sudan will also join in on the Abraham Accords, this as well as Bahrain, the UAE, and Israel all signing it. I mean, what does this say about President Trump's foreign policy? And compare and contrast that to what it could look like under a Biden administration. Got about 20 seconds left.
This shows the power of new thinking. President Trump has taken a new way of looking. Remember, it wasn't that many years ago we were bombing Sudan. They were harboring Osama bin Laden. Now it's a new day because of new thinking. Joe Biden is stuck in the old thinking. They're going to try to impose a Palestinian state and some type of, fantasy on the Middle East instead of letting the people of the Middle East create a new future. Yeah. And that's what President Trump's doing.
All right. Curtis Ellis joining us live this morning, breaking it all down. Curtis, thanks so much.
Thank you.